UFC Fight Night, Oliveera and Bautista just happened, and I'm going to go through every single fight on the card, starting off with the first fight, ending off with the main event, giving my, breakdown about the fight and everything. We're going to start off with Claudia Silva versus Priscilla Cachoeira. I had Priscilla. Unfortunately, Silva was too good. Her footwork was a little too fast for Priscilla. She wasn't able to cut off the cage, and so throughout the entirety of the fight, she was just picking her apart. She was able to get one takedown throughout the entirety of the fight, but even still, she was able to go up. I'd like to see Claudia get more teeps in throughout the fight. That body was wide open, and she only hit it maybe 5 or 6 times throughout the entirety of the fight. Could have gone to it more, but other than that, it was good showing for Segula. Next up, we got Moon Gafarov versus Jacob Wilcats. I had Jacob Wilcats winning that, and Jacob Wilcats got it done in the last second of the fight. And he would have won it if it went to decision, too. But unfortunately, Gafarov decided to tap at the last second. Everybody had to go to review. But after review, they were able to figure out that he tapped just a second before on his left hand. But, I mean, it was a close fight up until then. Gafarov was finding a lot of success up until he threw some spinning stuff, spinning kicks, spinning back kicks. Those would miss, and then Jacob Wilcats would start throwing his teeps, throwing his front kicks, getting his boxing down. I'd like to see Jacob Wilcats get up in, the top 15. Maybe have Gafarov fight somebody in the top 30. But, I mean, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Really back and forth. Next up, we got Wayne Kong versus Eduarda Mora. I had Wayne Kong by KO or unanimous decision. Turns out she got it by unanimous decision. Just real good presence on the feet. Able to use not only her kicks, but her takedown defense to be able to get up close and use her boxing and her striking. Not only that, but Mora was just absolutely gassed by the end of the fight. She had nothing left by the middle of the second round, which seemed to be very evident this card. Able to get 3 takedowns throughout the fight, but, I mean, Wayne Kong was just more technically sound. She was better for the fight. Yeah. Up next, we have Javid Basharat versus Yanni Vasquez. Vasquez was a short-term replacement. Almost didn't make weight, but it was almost one of those Malcolm Wellmaker moments for a second, because he was having a really bad first round. But hold on one second. He was having a real bad first round, but he kind of picked it up towards the second round, and from there it was kind of a firefight. The third round is what really sealed it, though, with him landing 24-9, 2 takedowns, 12 significant strikes. So, I mean, it's good. Keep Vasquez inside the UFC. Give Basharat somebody in the top 15. Next up, we got Caitlin Souza versus Bruna Brazil. I kind of fell asleep during this one. Wasn't exactly a great fight. A little tit for tat on both sides. Could have gone to either person. I picked Bruna Brazil mostly because of her range, which she did use a lot of. But Souza was, I guess, just dominating up against the cage, doing nothing. Which I guess they like that now for judging. So instead of actual damage up against the cage, which Brazil was actually doing. But other than that, I mean, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Give Souza somebody in the top 15. Bruno Brazil somebody in the top 30. You know how the prelims go. Next up, we got Varetnikov versus Price. I had Price winning this one, and I had it thinking that it was the price of old. And unfortunately, it is the price of same. So, it's the same price. So, I mean, unfortunately, he didn't get it done. Varetnikov was too much. He was too tall, too lengthy. Any shot that he landed, especially his straight down the pipe, was just landing every single time. His power was different. give him somebody in the top 15. I'd love to see him against somebody like a Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal would be fun. Next up, we have what's my fight of the night, Daniel Danchenko versus Alex Morono. Daniel Danchenko is the next superstar in the welterweight division. I'm saying this right now. He battered Alex Morono with leg kicks. They're not going to show it, but Alex Morono had a brace on beforehand. And if there was an injury beforehand, there is now. He was limping on that foot, could not put any pressure, could not put any weight on. The only thing is, Danchenko was too tired to finish the fight. So it went to a decision. He got the decision. Good on him. Get him somebody in the top 15. And Danchenko, work on your cardio, please. Please. Next up, we got Justin Jacoby versus Julius Walker. I had Justin Jacoby based on his veteran skill. He got it done based on his veteran skill. He wasn't able to defend any of the takedowns. Well, most of the takedowns. They credit him for trying 7, but he had almost no takedown defense throughout the entirety of the fight. But as soon as he got down, he got straight back up. So, first round is kind of a tit-for-tat round, but you can see second round is definitely favoring towards Justin Jacoby. I think that was the moment where, in between the first and second round, Julius Walker hasn't been in the second round very many times, hasn't been used to that type of pressure. So coming back in, going back into the cage, Justin Jacoby's been in that type of firefight. Actually, he pours it on more from the first round to the second round, and it's not even the full time into the second round. So, it's nice to give Justin Jacoby somebody in the top 10, give Julius Walker somebody in the top 20. Maybe do a Justin Jacoby versus like Johnny Walker, or like maybe a Dominic Reyes rematch. You know what I mean? Something around those lines. I know Dominic Reyes is on a bad run, but it's like Justin Jacoby can't really go back into the top 10 immediately. He can make one more run, but if he goes too quick and he just takes a loss, that's it. He's got to take time. Next up, we got Gene Matsumoto versus Farid Basharat. This one was a little uneventful in my mind, in my opinion. It was very technical. It was a good fight. I just didn't like the fight. I thought Gene Matsumoto won, but considering the moments that happened throughout the fight, I can see where they gave it to Farid Basharat. I had Gene Matsumoto winning, I believe it was, the first? Yeah, the first and the third. But this one is the one that's up for debate. Because he got the takedowns. He got 67% of the takedowns. But he didn't really stay on the ground. He would take him down, and then immediately Farid would go up against the cage and get back up. It wasn't really anything on the ground. Maybe a moment here and there, but that was about it. So, good win for Farid. Get Farid maybe somebody in the top 10. He asked for somebody in the top 10. I think he should get that. Only thing is, I think, just like with everybody else on this card, he should work on his cardio. Within about the third round, he was starting to get flat-footed, and if you're going up against somebody in the top 10, you're either getting a co-main or a main event spot. You're getting a main event fight night, or you're getting a main card pay-per-view. Well, pay-per-view numbered card. So it's like you have to really work on your cardio and be ready to go 5 rounds. I don't think he's ready to go 5 rounds. So, it's definitely different. Next up, we got Marc-Andre Barriault versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. I had Andre Barriault, and I was not thinking right. Because, with Oleksiejczuk going to the Fighting Nerds, he's got a new resurgence. He's able to use a lot of his range. He's able to use a lot of his offense, boxing. There wasn't a lot of kicks. There was a couple of body kicks. Marc-Andre Barriault has a deadly body kick that he threw in the first and third round. But other than that, it was just, Oleksiejczuk just walking him down every once in a while, and Marc-Andre Barriault countering every once in a while, but that was about it. I just hit a ghost can. All right, cool. But yeah, I mean, very, very accurate with his significant strike. 63% of that versus 38% strikes. I mean, he was busy. He was busy. Unlike these guys. Jailton Almeida versus Rizvan Kuniev. Give Rizvan Sergey Pavlovich and let's be done with him, okay? I'm sick and tired of these fucking fat wrestlers that can't go fucking two and a half rounds without fucking gassing out. Jailton Almeida was fucking 245 pounds and could not fucking get a takedown to save his life in the third round. He could not fucking throw a punch to save his fucking life in the third round. They were gasping for air in the second round. That is fucking crazy. To be 20 pounds under the fucking weight limit and you don't have the fucking cardio. That's like somebody in the lightweight division pulling up at 150. They should be a good cardio person if they're cutting an extra 5 pounds, bro. Come on. But anyways, back to the fight. Unfortunately, the only way Jailton Almeida is going to be able to win a fight is if he's able to get it to the ground. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to. 0 of 8 takedowns. So other than that, it was just a boxing fight, and Kuniev was able to win that. I mean, it was nothing great. I kind of hate this heavyweight division. It's kind of gotten a little bit to the wayside. There's not that many contenders. The contenders all want to fight themselves, but at the same time, they want to get paid exorbitantly to the point where it's not worth them fighting. And so now we have all these blobs facing the absolute worst of the worst, a.k.a. Derek Lewis, a.k.a. Jailton Almeida, a.k.a. I'd say who? Like I would have said Waldo Cortez Acosta 2 fights ago. Sergey Spivak. You know what I mean? Like it's now just gatekeepers and the top 5. And it's like I don't fucking like this. I don't like this. Just have Rizvan go up against Sergey Spivak. Have him go up against Sergey Pavlovich. Have him go up against other fucking Russians, okay? I'm fucking done with that. Next up, we got Amir Albazi versus Kyoji Horiguchi. I had Amir Albazi. Once again, Amir Albazi did not do jack shit throughout this entirety of the fight. Only 20 strikes. 20 total strikes landed. Whereas Horiguchi had 99. Now, I will say Horiguchi, probably one of the fastest fighters I've ever seen. Throws shots and does his footwork almost like MVP. Big karate stance, bladed, bounces in and out, light on his feet, makes sure not to make any mistakes, darts in and out. But after a while, you could tell that Albazi was starting to figure that out. He was starting to cut off the cage. He was starting to kind of corral him. And then it started getting into more of a 50-50 shot. Whereas beforehand, it was Horiguchi just moving to the left, moving to the right, laterally away from the cage. So, I mean, get Horiguchi somebody in the top 5. I think he needs 1 or 2 more fights before he gets, a title shot up against Joshua Van. But, I mean, to have a fight like this, I mean, it's a good statement, but to have a fight like this for somebody like Amir Albazi is bad, to say the least. Speaking of bad, Vinicius Oliveira, Mario Bautista. This was a bad showing for Vinicius Oliveira. Now, I don't know if it was the weight cut down to 135, because he said that he was having trouble getting to that weight, but within about a round, he was gassed. He was on the floor at the end of the first round, after being dominated. Hold on. Yeah. What's up? Sorry about that. I had to help out. We just got done with dinner, so I had to put some stuff away. And we also have an axolotl, so I had to help that. Which that was fun. That could be another video for another time. Anyways, back to this. Within about a round, Vinicius Oliveira was absolutely gassed. He was on the ground at the end of the first round, and he had to scoot his way over to the corner because he either A, did not want to stand up, or B, he was too tired to stand up. Mario Bautista could have gone the full 5 rounds and probably could have gone another 5. He had no deterrence whatsoever in between the rounds. Once again, you can see in between just the first and the second round, 27 strikes, 22 strikes. He was growing throughout the fight. Whereas Vinicius Oliveira, although he was slightly growing into the fight, the more strikes he threw, the significant strikes did not go up. He was getting tired throughout the entirety of the fight, and it was not great. Oh, they got these? Let me actually do this real quick, because I want to show you how many leg kicks this guy fucking took. Took 34 leg kicks. 34 leg kicks. Jesus. Give this guy a fucking iron leg at the end of the year, I swear. But anyways, what I'd give this out of a 10, me personally, I'd give it probably about a 7.5. It wasn't great for a first showing of the Meta Apex. I mean, it gives off the same vibe as before. You know, a couple more voices, a couple more yells from random people, drunk buffoons. But other than that, I mean, it's the same thing as always. Other than that, I mean, you know, next week we got another good card with Strickland versus Hernandez. Once again. Oh, it's at Houston. So that's going to be interesting. And I'll be covering that one down and everything. And later on this week, I'm also going to be talking about how the Meta Apex was not worth it in its entirety. It was not worth it. It should not have happened. It should never happen. And the fact that Josh Emmett, and Kevin Vallejos are being on here the next time is just shit. And I'm going to be talking about it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Catch you later.